Welcome back to SHIPVERSE, the home for cruise lovers, explorers, and anyone who wants to stay ahead of what is really happening in the world of modern cruising today. We are diving into a topic that every traveler needs to hear because the cruise industry is about to go through some big changes, and not all of them are good. In fact, many of these upcoming shifts will have a real impact on how you plan your trips, what you pay for, and even how you enjoy life on board. This is your complete breakdown of 6 terrible changes coming to cruises in 2026 and what they mean for your future vacations. Now, before we get into the details, remember that change in the cruise industry often comes wrapped in fancy marketing language. Cruise lines will say words like enhanced, optimized, sustainable, and upgraded, but behind those words are real decisions that affect your comfort, your wallet, and your overall travel freedom. And in 2026, we are going to see a wave of design changes, policy updates, and price adjustments that every cruiser should understand. So let us explore what is happening and why it matters. One of the biggest transformations coming in 2026 is a shift in ship design. Many cruise lines are moving toward a new interior layout that prioritizes revenue generation over passenger space. What this means in simple terms is that some public areas are shrinking while new pay-to-enter zones are expanding. Lounges that were once open to everyone are being repurposed into specialty bars or members-only clubs, and even traditional quiet spaces like libraries and viewing lounges are being replaced with immersive entertainment rooms that rely heavily on digital screens. The overall design direction reduces spaciousness and increases the sense of crowding, especially during peak sea days. Technical enhancements like lighter materials, new hull designs, or energy-saving structural adjustments are also being introduced, but these do not always translate into better comfort for passengers. In many cases, the goal is efficiency and profitability rather than guest experience. Interior features are also getting a controversial overhaul. Cruise cabins are being redesigned to fit more rooms in the same amount of space, leading to narrower walkways, smaller bathrooms, and beds positioned closer to wall. Storage spaces are being reduced because cruise lines are betting on shorter voyages and digital luggage tracking systems. However, these predictions do not always match real traveler needs. Many people still prefer week-long or longer itineraries, and they need practical room layouts, not cramped hotel-style micro cabins. Ambient lighting systems, interactive digital screens, and smart control panels will certainly feel modern, but some passengers may feel overwhelmed by the reliance on technology, especially older travelers or those who simply want a peaceful offline escape. The big push toward app-based everything continues into 2026, which means dining reservations, show bookings, and even air conditioning adjustments in your cabin may require a phone and a stable connection. Something that sounds innovative may turn out to be inconvenient when thousands of guests are all using the same system at the same time. Another major issue on the horizon is performance changes in terms of speed, fuel efficiency, and navigation flexibility. Many new ships coming in 2026 are being engineered for slower travel, because slower sailing means lower fuel consumption and therefore lower operating costs. However, while cruise lines celebrate this as eco-friendly cruising, the practical effect is longer transits and less time in port. This can reduce the overall excitement of an itinerary, especially for those who love exploring multiple destinations on a trip. Some ships will also rely more on hybrid fuel systems and alternative energy sources, which is good for the environment, but in some cases, these systems can limit the ship's top speed or require road adjustments. Weather-related diversions may increase slightly because some vessels will be less capable of outrunning storms or shifting quickly between destinations. Performance is not just about engines either. It includes stabilizers, ventilation systems, and noise control. And in some ship classes, cost-cutting is leading to reduced sound insulation, which means more noise between cabins and louder hallways, something nobody wants on a relaxing cruise. One of the most painful changes for passengers will be the increasing number of surcharges across the entire cruise experience. Many of the things that used to be included in the base fare are being sliced into add-ons, from room service to daytime snacks to access to thermal spas to basic fitness classes. The trend is clear: more charges and fewer inclusions. With dynamic pricing models, cruise lines can adjust onboard prices in real time, meaning the cost of a drink or a specialty meal can change depending on passenger demand. That strategy is great for revenue teams, but it leaves travelers with surprise bills and reduced control over their budgets. Even loyalty program benefits are being restructured, so perks that once felt rewarding now feel watered down. While elite members still receive advantages, Many mid-tier guests will lose meaningful benefits. This change will be especially noticeable in 2026 as several lines update their reward systems to favor high spenders rather than frequent travelers. Another challenge coming in 2026 is the transformation of onboard entertainment. Cruise lines are shifting away from live performers and toward digital shows, holographic experiences, and pre-recorded productions. These high-tech presentations are cheaper to run, but they lack the emotion and energy of real people on stage. Some cruise lines are cutting full-scale theater performances altogether, replacing them with smaller rotating experiences or interactive shows that rely heavily on screens. This reduces the variety and magic that many travelers expect from cruise entertainment. And while some people may enjoy these modern concepts, others may feel the loss of the classic Broadway style productions, game shows, and live music that once defined the evening atmosphere of a cruise. The shift also impacts musicians, dancers, comedians, and entertainment staff, meaning fewer onboard jobs and less diversity in the talent pool. Finally, we need to look at the growing restrictions around dining flexibility. This is one of the biggest frustrations for many cruisers. In 2026, dining reservations are becoming more rigid, with certain restaurants requiring early bookings months in advance. Even the main dining rooms may operate under stricter schedules, reducing the spontaneous feel of shipboard life. Many lines are pushing passengers towards specialty dining packages, which can cost more than the cruise fare itself. On shorter voyages, the design of new dining spaces is also shifting towards smaller venues, which means more crowded buffets and more competition for reservations. Add in the fact that some lines are experimenting with reduced buffet hours or replacing sections of the buffet with paid options, and it becomes clear that dining is becoming less about freedom and more about monetization. Now, let us take a step back, because although these changes may sound negative, they highlight an important truth. The cruise industry is evolving, and not always in ways that benefit the everyday traveler, but understanding these changes gives you power. It helps you plan smarter, choose ships more carefully, and adjust your expectations so you can still enjoy unforgettable journeys at sea. For example, while cabin sizes may shrink, premium cabins and suites are being enhanced with better balconies, more luxurious materials, and improved soundproofing. So if comfort matters, most consider upgrading on newer ships. Performance adjustments may slow ships down, but itineraries with fewer ports may offer more sea days, perfect for travelers who want relaxation instead of constant excursions. Entertainment may shift toward digital experiences, but smaller ships and luxury lines will likely continue offering live performances. If that matters to you, these ships may become even more appealing. Dining restrictions may tighten, but some lines are enhancing casual venues with better food quality, so the buffet or the grab-and-go areas may actually improve depending on the ship. The key message for 2026 is this: choose your cruise line and ship class carefully. The difference between a great experience and a frustrating one may come down to which generation of ship you sail on and how well you understand the new policies. Cruise ships are not just floating hotels, they are ecosystems with design philosophies, operational strategies, and unique personalities. And as these terrible changes roll out, the gap will widen between lines that prioritize guests and lines that prioritize profit. So as we move into 2026, stay informed, stay prepared, and most importantly, keep exploring the seas with confidence and curiosity, because here on SHIPVERSE, we will continue breaking down the truth behind the world of cruising, making sure you always cruise smarter than ever.